Hey guys, this has been a tough year for our garden. Usually, I'm in the greenhouse right now, it's uncovered, and normally this time of year we have tomato bushes crawling through the wire at the top that are 8-10 foot long. We have squash plants that are taking up 6-8 square feet. We have rutabagas, we have beets, we have everything growing like crazy. This year, not so much. This year we had a major kill off early on in the season. We ended up having all our tomatoes pretty much gone. Our peas died off. Our cabbage, our broccoli, everything was dying off. We couldn't figure out why. Turns out that we think it was a fungus. We came out and we realized there was white growing underneath all of it. Within a day or two it was gone. Some friends of ours, some down lower in warmer areas and some up higher in cooler areas who try to stay organic, lost all their gardens, had to replant. We ended up replanting mid-July, somewhere in there, and like the 16th through the 20th we planted a lot of peas, purple hull peas, which is a southern plant. We have had success with them up here in north central Idaho. We planted some green beans, handful of tomatoes. You'll see some of them. A couple of them that did survive, and then we also bought some. Here's one. It's pretty pathetic, but it's coming back. We have a pepper plant. A pepper plant. We had probably 30 out here, maybe more. We're starting to get the purple hull peas are starting to come back in, as well as all the weeds. The weeds have done excellent this year. The fungus didn't affect them at all. But we have here. Let me see if I can show you. We have these are purple hull peas that were planted about 2 weeks ago. Those are starting to come in finally again. A few of them came up and died off. Some of them died off due to grasshoppers. We have more grasshoppers this year than we've ever seen. We have rose hips and blackberry bushes wild out here on the property, and you'll go up to 1 and 500 grasshoppers. Big grasshoppers are flying off. And a friend of mine, he pointed out, hey, that is considered food. Heck, John the Baptist ate them, right? Locust and honey. And my boys, they hear that, they want to try them. They've been begging us to go out and catch 100 or so and prep them and eat them. We'll see. Some of our herbs have done pretty good. Basil, some rosemary, dill, a little bit of Swiss, but as you can see, a lot of this, the horses got in and ate carrots that we had in here. Our onions aren't doing very well. It has just been a very rough year for us here on the homestead, and odd weather, very long cold winter. It was up until maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were still getting into the 50s every night. About 2 weeks ago it was 110 degrees. Yesterday was 110 degrees. Last night was 64. Feels great. I'm not complaining, but we did. I think that's a big contributing factor to the fungus. The tomatoes and the peppers especially not doing well. They got too cold to grow quickly, and it also helped with this particular fungus that everybody said is going around. So anyhow, hope you enjoyed this. We are replanting to see if replanting this late, if we can still get something. We have longer days here than we did in the south. We have the sun coming up right now at 4:45 in the morning, something like that, 5 o'clock, and it doesn't set until right after 9. The peak in June at summer solstice, it is, I'm trying to remember, 3:30 in the morning till almost 10 o'clock at night. So we get long days here. My hope is those extra 3 or 4 hours a day, if something says, hey, you need 60 days to grow to maturity and produce fruit, I'm hoping that in 45 days, with the extra hours added on, will add up to those extra 15 plus days that we need. We'll see. We may end up having a warmer September than normal. We are getting ready to come in and reweed. We got to do that again. The weeds have been out of control this summer. So we're going to come in and weed and start planting out our cabbage and more beets and radishes, lettuce, some kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower. We're going to start planting a lot of good fall crops for up here and see what we can do. Our goal was to try to raise 10% of our food. I didn't show you everything. We got some other stuff up here on the side of the hills, a little bit, not much. We're not going to hit 10%. We may have a couple of good meals, you know, but we want to see what we can do should we have another horrible year like this, and we're trying to depend on just growing things for ourselves. What kind of a harvest can we get planting out in mid-July a harvest, a summer crop? This is the time to start planting for our fall crops. So we're going to get ready probably in the next week or so. We'll be getting those seeds into the ground and looking forward to seeing what we do. So like us, follow us. If you're on Steam It, re-steam us, upvote us, check us out, comment. Tell me anything else you'd like to know about this homestead. Laird Hill Farm is the name of the farm. Here in north central Idaho, as you can see in the background, it is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning here where we live. So we are blessed to live in such a beautiful place. All right, y'all have a good day.